Oh God, it's all gone. Scorched earth. Yeah, they got the corn. Honestly, it looked a lot better with the corn here. It looked nice and cozy. Not the point though. On today's wacky episode of the miscellaneous bullshit that I get up to every day. Back at the woods, by the way, if you couldn't tell. Anywho, last time I was out here, the time before, one of these times, I went out into the woods and into over there, the open part, found some relics. I think I found a shovel too. And I was like, well, I don't really want to go into the deep end today. Well, this day, October the 16th, 2025, Anno Domini, I'm gonna make an attempt to go in there. Admittedly, it's a little easier now because it's October and the leaves are falling and a little clearer. I'm not gonna make any promises. I'm not saying I'm gonna go all the way to the edge, because you're gonna see shortly as to why. Very dense. There we go. Sufari L begins his trek into the actual wilderness. It's not that bad here. A little easier to see. All the leaves have fallen. But I sawed that. Actually, I was going to use that for something. I don't remember what it was now. But anywho, my intention is to go over there somewhere. There's a couple of pine trees out there, and I want to get to that. And somewhere near those pine trees, I left the skull of like a gopher or something hanging from a tree. Because I'm kind of a serial killer like that, you know. I don't want people to think someone mentally stable is living out here. Yeah, a lot easier coming out here now. Unfortunately, we have the highway. I can't get rid of the highway, or I would. Also, I don't really want to walk through these. They're a real bitch and a half to get out of your clothes. I'm gonna like try to weave around them. There we go. Alright. Damn, there's more. Alright. There we go. We're getting there. Wow. Oh balls. That kind of backfired on me a little bit. There's more of those prickles. There we go. That's a good one. Look at the thorns on that sucker. Yeah. There's a reason why people don't typically come out to this part. The old growth, if you will, as I like to call it. Hopefully I'm getting some good camera angles here. I'm more focused on my wild trek through the unknown and filming. See, campsite's only like 30 or 40 feet that way. Maybe not that much, but it's like right there, and you see I'm already in the thickets. It's a little better, that part. I'm gonna try to get over there. I'm gonna try to go around this mess. I don't need to be carrying plant sperm around. Oh, freaking. Oh, shit. Okay. There we go. Trying to take the path of least resistance here. I thought about Thought about bringing a machete out here, but I don't think that would have done me much good. It's a lot of solid hardwood out here. And also, I only have one free hand. The other one's occupied by the film crew, the camera here. And also, I just didn't feel like opening the storage unit just for that, so. Alright. Some more. Things are everywhere. There's also a lot of honeysuckle out here, which is an invasive species. These, whatever these are an invasive species. Come to think of it, I think everything in this woods is probably an invasive species, actually. Even me. People are an invasive species. Probably, I don't know, maybe, probably. Alright, there we go. There. Long ass detour. And I still ended up with some of those on my clothes. But whatevs, whatever. I think that's where I put the skull of the gopher or the chipmunk or whatever the hell it was. I'm gonna try to make my way over there. Hold on. We're doing some awkward maneuvering here. Alright. A lot of these are just these here whatever the, oh, there's a elderberry. I think that's what that is. Try to get my bearings here before I get lost in the Amazon. Oh, well, there. See, there's the pine trees right there. I don't know how well you can see it yet because I'm not over there. See, I knew where they were the whole time. I definitely knew where I was going. Anyway, before I got interrupted by me, I think that's elderberry. Ladybugs love those things. And the birds. The aves like the berries. While I'm out here, I'd like to get some grapes. There's a lot of grapevines out here. There we go. It's a lot less dense now that all the leaves have fallen off. Trees. But one of these branches on these pine trees is where I left that skull at. It's not a very impressive skull. But I want to see if I can find it anyway. There. How much to eat one of those? Because I'm not doing it. I'm not that stupid. Now. There we go. I think it's over there. Also, there's the pine tree, by the way. If you couldn't tell, there's a few. Nobody ever comes out here. I've thought about when people are camping, you know, bring a little tent or maybe build like a miniature mud hut and like have a little sanctuary area, but I sort of never did. See if I can find that thing. I'm bound and determined. Not that determined though. I think the gopher skull probably fell off of whatever branch I put it on and is probably buried under all these leaves now. So I'm just gonna go over to the pine tree since I'm right here. At least I think that's a pine tree. Maybe it's a fir or I don't think it's a spruce, but I don't know what it is. I'm not a tree expert. Ah, damn. I got these damn prickle things. Alright. What am I doing? Pretty sure it was this tree that I stuck that beaver skull or whatever. Yeah, I don't remember where I put it, but methinks that it's probably fallen off and is buried into the void here. I'm not gonna look for it that much, but what I am gonna do, I'm gonna go deeper. We're going deeper. We're going all in. Going into the deep part. I might come out here next summer, like in June or July, when it's all fully overgrown and thick, and like hack my way out into the actual jungle that this place is in the summer. Maybe not. I might come out here and never be heard from again. Wouldn't be the first time. That happened to someone else, obviously. According to the ancient legends that I just make up right now, according to the ancient legends, there was a guy who came out here and some shit happened and other stuff, and yeah, the end. A brilliant story. Oh, hold on. Brilliant commentary too, isn't it? Brilliant. Alright. Here's the game plan. Go this way, and then that. Follow this path, then go that way. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's another elderberry. Or it's the same one. Probably the same one. I think I've been here before. My tracking skills are not up to par either. You couldn't tell. This is something. The more you know. Just get myself through here. Used to be a lot of poison sumac out here once upon a time. And thankfully, there still is, but not as much as there used to be. Dang. Covered in plant semen. Now, that's what seeds are, basically. Just plant sperm that they toss out on any unlucky individuals. Yeah. Alright. We're going. More of these red things. I don't know what they are. I don't know what any of this stuff is by name. Except maple trees. There's some of those. These aren't maples. These are something. There we go. That's where that guy went missing. The one I invented that story about a minute ago. Yep. Now let's see if we can't see if we can get some good shots at the barbs on that one. Yeah. Alright. Now find my way through here. Oh. Another one. Alright. I'm only gonna have to pray when I get back that I got some usable footage that people, I mean, realistically, I don't care if it's good footage or not. I just upload shit to YouTube, and then whatever happens, whatever goes on YouTube ends up on YouTube, and because I just honestly give no fucks. I give many fucks, but there we go. This is a nice spot. There's a clear opening there. There's some sticks, some red plants over there, I can't tell. I don't think that's the poison sumac. Probably not. Probably just some red leaves. It is October after all. Alright. And then I'm gonna have to get all the way back out of these woods too when I'm done. Let me just get on through here. There's back in the day when this was a farmhouse, this land, this was already a wooded area, hence why it's called the old growth. I don't know if any of these trees are actually proper old growth trees, but they've been here for a long ass time. There are some out here. I think there are some oaks out here. Some, I don't know if pines count as old growth. I don't know. But this is a nice clearing. Maybe if I build a mud hut, it'd be over here. I got a little bit of space. Yeah, you see? Right here. Nice open spot. I built a little hut there. Maybe 6 feet tall. Little roof made of thatch. Little doorway here. This would be like my front yard. Pathway. Make some fences out of sticks. Plenty of firewood. I don't think I'd have anything to hunt out here or eat. These red berries, but I'm confident that those aren't good for you. Just got a feeling. There are some rabbits and chipmunks and other shit out here, so I guess I could eat that. But I don't plan on living out here. I don't think society has got to the point yet where I'm gonna have to live in the woods and go back to the Stone Age. I don't think we're quite to that point. Nice. Hard at work cleaning things up out here. Now the question, do I go over there and go through the effort? Or do I find my way back? Yeah, I'll go over there. Oh, shit, I don't care. This will be like found footage, this. The police will find this on my mutilated corpse when I go missing one day because I got. Came out here and got by, I don't know what lives in the woods. Wendigos, skinwalkers, crazed homeless people. Yeah. Oh, we got some, whatever this green thing is, sapling of some sort. It almost looks like bamboo. It's not, but it kind of looks like it. Oh, there's adult ones. I don't know what that is. They kind of look like bamboo. I mean, obviously it's not bamboo, but... Alright. We're going further in. Here, try to get a better view. Anything wacky over there? And now we get to the real old growth. It gets like really dense right over there. Looks like an opening. It's really dense. Oh, look. A perfectly positioned walnut. Squirrel probably put that there. I'm just gonna leave that there. He's gonna come back for it. Alright. Another one of these bamboo looking things. There we go. Up and over. Good thing I'm so youthful and able-bodied, otherwise I'd be dead by now. Oh god. There we go. And we're in. I'm gonna try to go all the way through and come out onto the pathway over there. Problem is, as you can tell, yeah, especially over there. I'm not going over there. I don't really feel like it at the moment. Over there, yeah, you can see it gets real dense over here. Gets denser than a Discord mod. That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, yeah. An actual jungle here. And thus, you reach my age-old enemy. These little frickin' prickly plants. All over. Gee, I wonder if those are an invasive species. Alright, so we're like 50 feet probably from the edge over there. Maybe a little bit more than that. But I'm going in. Oh, look at that. Oh, heavens. To Betsy. Look at that. I do believe something was sleeping here recently. Possibly a deer. Possibly came from that direction, maybe. Again, I'm not a tracker, but you know, I am covered in these prickles, and I am deep in the wild. Gonna end up being like an episode of the Twilight Zone. It just never ends. I fell through a portal and now I'm on a planet that's nothing but jungle. I got sent back to the Carboniferous period. Yeah, that might even be an episode of the Twilight Zone for all I know. Alright. This is where the machete would have come in handy. Dang. I mean, I'm already covered in these things, so I'm gonna just, there we go. Out of the way. Be gone. Away with you. I rebuke thee. So it gets a little open here, and then there's a dense wall, and then it gets to the edge. So that's my goal. Here's a den. Here's probably rabbits living under there. There is. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say those used to be on a cicada. I can't say for certain, but that's my educated guess. We're going through. We're almost in. Well, we're almost out. Hold on. There's more of these little bamboo looking things. I could realistically find out what they're called, but I don't really feel like it. I'll do it later. If it is bamboo, that'd actually be pretty great. Bamboo's a very useful thing. Fast growing and good to build things with. I'm pretty certain that it isn't, but maybe this stuff is good for building things. Alright. We're going. Alright, now what's the easiest possible way out of here? Probably that way. A lot of walnuts, by the way. A lot of fucking walnuts out here. I don't think walnut trees are an invasive species, but squirrels love the walnuts and they bury them and forget where they're at. And so you end up with a ton of walnut trees. Which is fine by me because walnuts are in fact edible. At least the nut is edible. The green part is technically edible, but it's about the worst tasting thing you can possibly imagine. So, maybe, We're all the way on down. Anyway. There. This is a good spot for something. I believe there's a piece of sheet metal over there. Not gonna go find out. I think, based on my directional feel. Ooh, look at that. A bone. I'm taking that. I'm taking it. Alright, anyway. Based on my navigational skills and the position of the sun and the moss and the star signs and all that, I reckon that we're gonna come out of the woods over there and be on planet Earth somewhere. There we go. Alright. Try to get onto that there fallen tree, that toppled tree. I don't know what the scientific name for a tree is. Oh, I wonder if it's visible. Can you see the edge yet? Oh, we're going. Oh, I'm going. Alright. Climb up here. This looks stable. Climb up there with my good climbing hand. Oh, okay. If I fall off and die, let vultures eat my body. Oh, crap. Alright. Let's see here. See the exit? The exit. Brilliant. You see the edge? There. That's a little further out than I thought. Well, alright. And now to get off the tree. That's always the trick. Easier to climb on than climb off. Not just trees, just like any given thing usually, in my experience. Alright. Oh. I'm doing it one-handed, no less. Let me just, there we go. I'm not gonna, oh heavens. I'm not gonna tell you what broke there. Was it a branch? Was it a bone? Was it my will to live? We'll never know. Oh, look at that. Someone's been hard at work. Prime real estate down here. Go over or under? I don't really want to mess up that web, but unfortunately for that spider who's probably not living there anymore. There, I got around it. Alright. There we go. Okay. Alright. Still not out of the woods yet. Oh, yuck. I made a funny. Alright, we'll use this bone as a machete. Hack my way through the thicket. Ow. Didn't work. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to kind of bullshit my way over there somehow. Yeah. This is always the hard part. It's easy to get in, but you don't get out. Like prison. Right. I gotta figure out. I don't think I'm getting through that one-handedly. Head back this way, see if there's a way through there. I'm sure there are like some expert survivalist people who are watching this and just having a coronary over my general lack of how to do anything. Oh, that's a nice path. Alright, we're getting through. My shirt might be ruined. I didn't really wake up this morning and plan on doing this, but normally I don't plan on doing anything when I woke up. Spent the morning writing a book. I've been stuck on the same part of the book for like a month. So this morning I woke up and was like, you know what? I'm getting up. I'm finishing this chapter. I'm sitting down. I'm doing the writing on this. I'm finishing this chapter. And I certainly did. It might not have turned out great, but I can just go back and edit it later. There, another one of these. I'm pretty certain these are elderberries, but I can't. Well, I want to say I'm pretty certain, but I have absolutely no experience to base it off of, so there's the exit. Now I leave the woods and 1,000 years has passed. That's a lot of these over here. Nobody ever really comes out here, for obvious reasons, so pretty untamed. I think I've gotten through the worst of it, though. But, ooh, look at that. More fungi. Alright. Getting through. Master cinematography here, I'm sure. You get a half an hour? God damn, I've been out here longer than I thought. Well, I hope you want to watch a half hour of me fucking around in the woods and getting stuck and lost in like 10 acres of woods. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, crap. Oh, we're almost there. Okay. This is the part where I trip and fall and hit my head on a rock and die. I wouldn't even be surprised, really. Oh, God. We're through. That's important. That's important to the whole thing. Now, getting through a chewed corn cob. Let's go. Let's go. Almost there. Almost there. Oh, God. Alright. And, that's how you do that, I guess. I was out here a week or so ago and saw that off. Oh, yeah. Safari Al has trekked through the jungle and come out, very scathed, but alive. Oh, yeah, I hope you want to watch a half hour of that. If you reached the end, then, I don't know. Tell me whatever those bamboo looking things were, I guess.